Hello, everybody. This is the NW Sportscast special report today that we have heard about Julio Jones and the Seahawks.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the Seahawks will actually be trading for Julio Jones?
I love the decision to try to go get Julio Jones. We're in a win-now mode. You only get Russell Wilson once a franchise. He is a top 3 quarterback right now, in my opinion. And we got to use him to his full advantage. And if that means splurging a little bit right now and trading for Julio Jones, and that's what that has to mean. This might make the Dwayne Eskridge pick look a little bit worse, passing on the center instead of getting Dwayne Eskridge. Now if we get Julio, Dwayne Eskridge might be our 5th receiver, so that's not exactly the best second-round pick in my opinion, but I love the Julio Jones pick. I think that he's just really, really dominant. He's getting a little bit older, but I think he's got another couple years of solid, really, really good football left in him. And I think if he helps our team win, if he helps us get a win or even a first down in the playoffs, I think it's worth it. So, yeah.
Well, I guess I tend to disagree with that at least a little bit. I think that our defense is probably more important to build up right now than our offense. I would rather us be making maybe a move to get a Richard Sherman or somebody like that on the team. However, I will say that one of the things we do need to focus on is keeping Russell Wilson happy here so that he does want to come back. And if getting Julio Jones is going to be something that will make him happy, then by all means, sure, let's go for it. If that's the difference between Russell Wilson staying in Seattle or Russell Wilson demanding a trade next year, let's get Julio Jones.
And here we have that we're seeing on Thursday that the Falcons have an offer of a future first-round draft pick on the table for Jones. Atlanta has asked teams that have inquired about Jones for a first-round draft pick in return. As well, Julio is worth more than a first-round pick, but I think we do know it's also a lot of the cap. His cap money is a lot. The Seahawks do not have a first-round pick. They have Jamal Adams instead, so probably be a future first-round pick. And then we're getting to terms of really... We're getting to the Rams terms where we're just keep trading away first-round picks. Do you like that move?
Honestly, go ahead. I mean, we haven't had a good history recently of hitting on our first-rounders anyways, so why not? Why not?
How old is Julio Jones, you think?
I think he is 20. Is he 28?
32.
32. Okay, so I was a little bit off.
Yes.
I thought he was younger and a little bit better.
But still, 32. You can be really good football. 32, 33, 34, and now we got rid of Julio. I think that's fine. The only reason they're getting rid of Julio is not because of his play. It's because of just the cap hit. And they would rather have Matt Ryan than Julio because it's really, really hard to get a quarterback in the NFL that can produce like Matt Ryan, although he's also been struggling a little bit. So it says that it is likely that Jones will not be traded until after June 1st because of the salary cap benefits for the Falcons, and it's May 30th, so we do have a couple days. But yeah, Falcons $23.05 million against the cap in 2021, and has cap hits of $19 million in 2022 and 2023. If the Falcons move Jones after June 1st, this move would offer Atlanta relief against the cap this season, because the dead money owed to him would be split between this season and next. This is ESPN's Michael Rothstein. And as well, so what do you think about, do you think we'll be better from getting Julio? Or do you think that this is just a lot of money that we don't need to be spending right now and that we need to keep our first-round picks, etc.?
I do think that it would improve the team in the short term to get another good receiver. I mean, why wouldn't it? And like I said, the whole draft pick thing, we haven't been hitting on our draft picks that well anyway, so why not?
In 2018, he had his best season with 1,677 yards.
Wow.
That is absolutely insane.
That's a lot. That's
113 receptions on 1,677 yards with 8 touchdowns. 2019, he did slow down a little bit. Still, 99 receptions, 1,394 yards. So you're right there at the 1,400 yard mark. And then 2020, he did slow down a little bit. He had some injuries, and he only had 51 receptions with 771 yards. That is his worst yard total since 2013. However, in 2013, he only boasted 580 yards and then came back the following season with 1,500 yards, and then in 2015 had 1,800 yards. So I do think that there's some history of him showing maybe some bad numbers and then bouncing back from that, but he only did have 3 touchdowns That's not great to see. I wonder what his 40 time is right now. He's still. I wonder if he's still physically in shape enough to like play.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
Yeah. What is like Tyler Lockett's numbers last year, just in comparison? Because he had a record-breaking year. I think he had 100 receptions, correct?
He did 120.
He had exactly 100 receptions with 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. So last year Tyler Lockett was
10 touchdowns.
Last year Tyler Lockett was a better player than Julio Jones, but 2019, 2018, 2017, he didn't even break 1,000 yards in 2018 before that. So Julio does have, obviously Julio is a better overall wide receiver than Tyler. I think Julio would take our number 2 wide receiver spot. Do you think he'd get to a number 1 wide receiver spot?
No. DK Metcalf's the number 1 receiver.
Wouldn't that be crazy if somehow the Seahawks produced 3 Pro Bowl wide receivers?
It would be crazy, but I mean, if we do get Julio, it's a possibility.
Yeah, and then we have Chris Carson, and then we have a pretty good, we have an okay defense. I think that we were the top 3 defense in the last 8 games of the season, I believe.
Well, we were definitely top 3 in defensive line. I'm not sure about.
No, I'm pretty sure yards allowed. We were doing really good. Yeah.
Wow. If we keep that up.
If we keep that up and then go back to the first 8 games
and actually
of
be good at offense.
Yeah. And I think the problem is, like, during the Rams game, no one was getting open. Literally no one. So if Julio can just be a big target to throw to when DK Metcalf isn't having his day and Tyler Lockett, isn't getting open, then I do think it's worth it. But right now, I think I'm not going to be super upset if we don't get Julio. What I will be upset about is if, like, the Cardinals get Julio. That'll be really
or
tough.
Or if the 49ers.
Yeah,
the 49ers are apparently.
But just imagine DeAndre Hopkins and Julio, and then you look at the 49ers, and they have, if you pair a young Trey Lance in a couple years with, like, a Julio Jones, I don't know, that'd be scary. But and that defense, that'd be tough to guard. But overall, that's our thoughts on it. So, Levi, overall thoughts?
I would say, I would not be disappointed if we do get him, but definitely I don't feel like we're missing anything if we don't get him either. But like I said, if this means that Russell's going to be happy and potentially to add that one more target to get somebody open against the Rams, sure, why not?
Russell Wilson has been the one pushing for this trade. He's been talking to Julio privately.
Really?
According to his articles. So, I think this is kind of a win-win scenario. If we don't get him, I think we just spend more money on cornerback / O-line maybe. And if we do get Julio, I really don't think there's much downside unless he gets hurt. And if he gets hurt, that'll be tough. But, I know Lorenzo loves Julio Jones. He thinks he's still a top 5 receiver in the NFL. So maybe we can get his opinions on it later. But as of now, that's it, guys. If Julio does get traded to the Seahawks, or even if he gets traded to another team, we will be making a video on that. So stay tuned for that news. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to know when the next video is getting released of the Julio Jones trade talk. It's a big trade. Not many big free agent / trade-worthy players still left on the market. So for a contender to go to Julio Jones, that could be the difference between making the playoffs and not, or even winning the Super Bowl and not. So we'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. This is the NW Sportscast, and see you guys later. Bye. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Oh, these lights are blinding me.
I know, the lights are, but it makes the lighting look really good.
I know.